My name is Jeff Ramsey. I'm the new co-owner of Cafe Racer in Seattle. Cafe Racer is a unique spot in Seattle. There's nothing like it. Seattle has been a hub for artists and authors and musicians, and there is very few places for them to go and collect and collaborate and all those things. And so Cafe Racer is a bar, cafe, coffee shop, entertainment venue that caters to the artistically minded, people that love art and music. Cafe Racer opened as Lucky Dog Espresso back in 2004. And for about a year, it was this little tiny coffee shop that sold a couple of draft beers and baked goods and coffee. It changed its name to Cafe Racer, and then it expanded beyond the little space, and other businesses in the same building closed, so Cafe Racer kept sort of expanding. In 2005, I started doing a art night here, which was spoken word, music, short film, a number of different there was still art, there was photographs, and one night a month we would sort of feature all these up and coming or unknown artists. And so that's really how my relationship with Cafe Racer started. And I worked with the original owner on developing that night. And that night ran for just under a year. We did that once a month, and it was very successful and very fun. And then in 2012, there was a tragic shooting at the cafe. There was a mentally ill man who had been known to the people at the cafe, and in fact some of the cafe employees had tried to help him numerous times. But he came in one morning, it was May 30th, 2012, and killed 4 people, 4 regulars who were at the bar, who were all artists and musicians and actors, and shot the chef, and then went on a run and ended up taking his own life when the police closed in. So it was this very tragic moment. The previous owner likes to say, you know, Cafe Racer had 15 glorious years and one really bad day. There was a tremendous outpouring of love and grief and support from the community when that happened. And so Cafe Racer was able to stay open for another 4 years. And then Cafe Racer closed October 18th of 2017. And my wife actually sent me a Facebook post saying, hey, tonight's the last night at Cafe Racer. And I felt like the wind was knocked out of me. I thought, yes, I certainly had a certain amount of love for this place, but I also felt like it was really important, both as a living memorial to the people who passed away and to the arts community in Seattle as a whole. You know, back in the early 80s, to early 90s, there were these little sort of quirky art joints everywhere. There were bars or galleries or whatever that would host punk rock shows and, you know, have spray paint art. And so there was a really thriving art scene at that time, and that's sort of waned a bit in Seattle. Seattle's become, well, economically things have been going extremely well for Seattle, but with that comes some sort of sterility and some scrubbing clean of the dirty corners. We felt that it was really important to Seattle, the art community, as a living memorial, to keep the doors open. And so we met with the previous owner and we figured out what that looked like and how to make it work. And then we reopened March 1st of 2018. So the Obama in the back room is pretty consistent. So the pieces will swap out here and there, but mostly the art is as it's hung. The curators come in and play with the altars quite a bit. But the downstairs, the main room, the main gallery is rotating art. There's a limited number of gallery walls for artists in Seattle. While you'll find art in a lot of coffee shops and things like that, we wanted to do something that was, again, more intentional. So we created a gallery space that features local artists every other month. And then in between the local featured artists, we'll do pop-ups. So these are for artists who maybe have a small collection, don't quite have enough to fill a gallery yet, but they've got 4 or 5 pieces that we find really interesting or exciting. And so then they'll have a collective show. And those shows usually only run about 2 weeks. And there's usually events around them. There's a big opening event, and there's usually a party and stuff. And it's really to expose these artists. The other artists are more artists that you might know, certainly local artists that people would recognize. And we have events surrounding their art the 2 months that they're here. I have never owned a business like this. This business is so unique. The people that come here, we have the best customers in Seattle. They're just, everybody talks to everybody. Doesn't matter if, I wouldn't say we have a lot of right-wing conservatives, but we certainly have a few current administration supporters next to, very left-wing, activists. But everybody gets along. It's this beautiful sort of melting pot of characters, and Cafe Racer provides this amazing sort of lovely warm place for everybody just to be themselves, and nobody is not welcome here. Everybody is welcome. Yeah, it's incredible. I mean, I come to work every day and I'm just happy, I'm just plain happy.